Hello again. So here, yesterday I did this video about the synchronize how to create two synced loops on the LP1 on the LP2. Sorry, and and since at home I still have my old Pigtronix Infinity, I was like, I would like to show you how different and for me better and easier is to create synced loops on the LP2 and also quicker. First, on the LP, this is just a silent demo, just to show you how is the tip-tap dancing to create loops. On the, LP2 first. Here I set the effect 1 to switch between the two loops, and then I have also my MIDI controller, because so I can access that erase track thingy, which is important when you need a void loop with the blue LED. No? And I mean on the LP2 I start record my first loop, I close it, now I go to loop 2. Now if I want to have something totally random and not synchronize it with loop 1, I just press record, I record my loop, and then when I done, either I do record again to go straight into overdub, or play to close the loop, or to finish my overdub as soon as I'm done. Okay, now stop everything. Now I do the master delete with the record button while holding it when the loops are in stop. Now on the LP2, to create a synchronized loop, once again pretty easy. I record my first loop, we close it with stop, with play, pardon. Then I go to the second loop, and now what I do is just push play. This create a loop which is has the same length as loop 1, but it has no content. And then when as soon as I'm ready to go, I can press my record button. Of course, as you remember from yesterday, now I delete this loop 2. Here from my MIDI controller I programmed this instant synchronizer record, which sends out contemporaneously first the play message to create a void loop, and then the record, so that in one click I can instantly start to record my synchronized loop to loop 1. And then of course here let's delay this loop 2 once again. Here I have also this double function. It means when the loop is void, I press it, and this will create a 2-bar loops based on loop 1, or the loop which is the master. No? So, which is easy peasy, no problem. The double, I can apply that, or of course I could go back to loop 1 and apply the double to that, to loop 1, whatever, I mean. Then it's up to you. Okay. On the Infinity, it's totally a different story, because you have this sync multi-function, which I mean, it's cool, but it's not as flexible as the LP2. I mean, normally I would use that without, so it means I do my loop 1, and then I go to loop 2 and I start to record my loop 2 full asynchronous without having a connection between the two. Now let me delete everything. Now the problem for me with the multisync, and that's why I never fully used it, to access the multisync you have to have at least both loops in stop. Then when I'm in stop, I can push my button. Now it is cool because I can decide, as soon as it's on, and you see this from this menu bar here, I can then scroll through how many division loop 2 has to be. And then let's make it 2, or make it 1 first. Then I can start record my loop 1. And now comes the difference. Now loop 1 is done, and I could possibly go to loop 2. Now it's the difference. As you saw on the LP2, I mean, I create a void loop and then I'm ready to go. I don't have to wait anything. As soon as I'm ready, I just push rec and I start recording, no problem. Here on the LP1 and the Infinity, and I think also on the Boomerang 3 for my video I was looking at before. Sometimes I'm curious, that's why I do this stuff. Now I have my loop. I'm in the middle of the loop now. I push loop 2. Now you see the LED was blinking because the loop was armed to go into record, and now it did 1 bar and it goes automatically into play. And I mean, that's the not so funny thing about this system. I have to wait for the looper to be ready to record, and this is not so as flexible for my way of looping. If I need the loop to be synchronized, it's not as flexible as on the Looperlative. But the cool thing about Infinity, and here I must say that's good. Okay, now I deleted loop 2. Okay, as usual, to use the sync button you have to be full in stop. That's also a problem. I never understood why you can't access the sync multi. At least for me, loop 1 can be in play, but loop 2 has to be in stop. That would make a lot of sense, but it's done so that you can only access and turn it on and off when both loops are in stop. Okay, whatever. Now loop 1 is also in stop. I can choose another multiply, for example 4 times. And I mean, now it's the cool thing of the Infinity is that no, loop 1 is running, I arm loop 2, now I start recording, and now it's cool because either I wait until the 4 bars go through, or at some point I think, okay, and now I close at the 4 bars. Now let me stop and delete this loop. Okay. But the cool thing about this, if I have more multiples of loop 1, the good part is that, which I was like, this is actually not a bad idea, is that when now I'm recording loop 1, loop 2, and at any time I can just push my switch, and that would be the next multiple of the loop, independently if I set this to 4. That means I could do a 1 bar, a 2 bar, a 3 bar, or a 4 bar, which actually it's a good idea, and it gives you a bit of flexibility. Which, I mean, on the Looperlative you have the double function, so you have to it's something you have to engage. You can kind of like, it's a bit more free. But anyhow, that's what I wanted to show you, how the systems are different from the LP2 and to an Infinity, for example, how to create synced loops. This could be better for you, or this one, or maybe you are happy with something like this, or even simpler Boss RC3, which I think for me Boss loopers are still super solid and simple and super solid. So I'm happy with the LP2, and for me how things are done in the LP2, it gives you a lot more flexibility and freedom to do what you wanna do. So that was it, and tiny addendum to my video tutorial part 8 now, 8, so this will be 8 bis about LP2 and synchronous loops. So take care, have a nice day, ciao.